It is a beautiful, crisp fall morning, and I have one large bed that I still need to clean up and start amending the soil. So I wanted to take you through the entire process today. And the first step is actually removing any of the plants that are in the bed. Now, if you have any plants that have any bugs or disease, anything that you wouldn't want to return, we're going to remove that entirely. Just throw it out in the trash. You do not want it in your property. Anything that did not get hit and is overall looking good, we can keep. We're going to go ahead and throw into our chicken compost area because they love having some yummy greens. So I'm going to go ahead and clip those down now. I love using just a nice hand clipper. I think it makes it just really easy. And we're going to clean this up, and then we're going to go in and look at the quality of our soil to see how we really want to start amending it. Let's talk about preparing the plant to be composted. So I definitely suggest, if you're throwing this in a composter, that you cut it up into smaller pieces. This is going to help the composting happen a lot faster. I also suggest, if you can, just cut off the root system, that you just cut this off and keep it in the dirt. This is going to help with the integrity of your dirt and just moving a lot less things. This is a very, very thick root system, so I was not able to do that. Our soil is in need of more nutrients, and the best way to add nutrient to a dry, sandy soil that is lacking nutrients is with manure. So what we're going to do is, I have some bags of manure here because I don't have a cow. But I am going to go ahead and sprinkle this on top of our bed. And then what we're going to want to do is actually turn it into the soil. This way we can add some much needed nutrients into our soil. And we're going to do this again in the spring. So this is just trying to really add it in and give the soil the most of what it needs. Now, before doing this, if you do have wood chip mulching on your garden from the growing season, I definitely suggest removing that, putting it to the side. We can put it back on after, but we do want to remove it because it's just going to be harder to break down. So let's go ahead, take these bags of soil and get them on the bed. As you see, it doesn't need to be a heavy load of manure. Just make sure that you're sprinkling it throughout the entire bed. And then we're going to actually take a nice big shovel and just get it in a little bit. And it doesn't need to be super deep. You just want to be getting the first couple of inches nice and turned of your dirt. Luckily, which you might be able to see a little bit over here, I actually do have some bags of leaves. Some of our neighbors have been doing their leaf cleanup. So it was just a really easy thing to pick up as we're driving, and we have the pickup truck. We'll just throw some in the back of the car. So if you have neighbors that are throwing out leaves, they'd probably love if you grabbed them. And this is a really great compostable material that you can put on top of your gardens once you've added in that nice compost on top, that nice manure, nutrient dense soil that will help infiltrate your current soil. Then we're going to put these leaves on, and this is going to act as a barrier from the sun. The sun gets really hot, and it can burn the nutrients in your soil, especially in the winter when you have some nice white snow reflecting onto your garden. Also, there's just not that much protection over the soil, so having some nice dried leaves is going to be great for that. It's also going to allow the leaves will start to decompose a bit while they're on your soil, adding some additional nutrients as well. And it's going to create a nice home for any buggies as well, which we want to have a lot of bugs get into our soil, hopefully the positive ones. As you can tell, today's a very windy day, and it's most likely going to be continuing to be windy throughout the colder months. So what I'm going to do to lock these leaves in is actually spray them down with some water, and hopefully they will just form more into the bed. Some additional ways that you can cover your beds is using some old rugs or cardboard boxes, and that's a great way to cover your beds to keep the sun from burning out those nutrients within the soil. But let's go ahead and add some water. That's a wrap. Once you've gone ahead and covered, you've sprayed it down so that hopefully the leaves don't blow away, then that's all you need to do until spring. So make sure that you're preparing your garden. I have some other videos on how to prepare your garden for winter, and make sure that your soil is extra nutrient so that you have a perfect spring growing season. Take care and see you again next time. Bye.